What's really unique, I think, about learning at Virginia Tech, especially in our department, is that you are being taught by faculty who are, in many cases, some of the premier researchers in their field. And a lot of people don't really make that link between research and teaching. I mean, sometimes it seems like it's two separate things. But what that means is that you're not getting just sort of the accepted textbook version of some discipline. You're really getting the cutting edge, what's changing, what's going on underneath it, what's being discovered, and how it all fits together. You can really see a vision of where your profession's going to go in the future.
We have projects within the state of Virginia, so we have students who are looking at, for example, wetlands in Virginia. I conduct research all the way up into northern Ontario in Canada, so students could potentially be going up into the boreal forest. We have collaborations even in South America for some students.
Well, currently right now I'm doing research studies in Acadia National Park and 2 units of the National Park Service in Potomac Gorge, which is over near DC, and I'm working in Denali National Park, the Arctic Wildlife Refuge up in Alaska, and Haleakala National Park in Hawaii. And in all of those studies that I do for the federal government, I collaborate with university professors, but I also collaborate very closely with graduate students. And then we hire undergraduate students to do a lot of field research. And so typically my studies involve going out and looking at trails, campsites, recreation sites. We're doing some studies on cliffs right now, the visitor impacts to cliffs. And so the students get a lot of opportunities to really go out and work with, federal agencies, studying real-life problems.
Specifically this department, I love that while you may have a 3-hour block of time where you are, supposed to be in a class on your schedule, and that's intimidating, really, you're not sitting in a classroom, nor are you sitting, in a chemistry lab. You're out in the woods, doing the field work that you would do as a professional forester. We go to, as I mentioned before, the Fishburne Forest, which the school owns. We go to the National Forest. We are so lucky to have the George Washington Jefferson National Forest basically in our backyard.
Yeah, we try to give the students a hands-on approach and from field standpoint in our labs, where students get to experience forest operations are actually occurring, get to witness those activities so that they have a better understanding of classroom concepts. And we visit local operations, multiple local operations throughout a semester.
We get the opportunity to use a lot of equipment that is professionally used in the field. Like, for example, in harvesting, we went out and used a cable yarder, which was a real experience for us because we got to operate it. We got to, go down there and set chokers on logs and operate the equipment and pull the logs up the hill. So we understand all facets of the operation.
Recently we had students that were out evaluating macroinvertebrate communities, for example, in streams, to understand how forest systems differ from agricultural systems, and different management strategies within those also affect water quality and total ecosystem health.
We had a lab recently with our outdoor recreation planning class, and in this particular lab we sought to teach the students how to measure recreation sites, specifically the resource condition of those sites. Other things that we do once we have the size of the campsite is we look at the percentage cover of vegetation and how much vegetation loss has occurred on that site. We look at how much bare soil is exposed on the site, and we assess damaged trees on and off site, and trees with root exposure, stumps, fire sites, things like that. So it's basic natural resource inventory work that we're conducting.